Hello everybody, today's a very exciting day. This video is my Q&A, but at the end of the video I have two really big announcements. One of these announcements being, of course, a new animation, and the next announcement being something very big, so stay tuned until the very end to, understand what that thing will be. So today I'll be answering Q&A questions, and I got the list right here in front of me, and yeah, so let's get to it. Will there be a Rayman Origins or Legends animation? Yes, at some point. I want to cover at least all the basic Rayman stuff before we get to that point. And also, I just want to make sure this Rayman series has been like a little challenge for me to see how better my animations get over time when they are, consistently getting better, they're like improving. Do you prefer the Epic Mickey remake or OG? Honestly, the remake just fixed so many problems I had with the original, and I'm just happy that, I got to play it, and, it's just really better. It's so much better in so many ways. Do you think Rayman will return this year? Not this year. Maybe, I have a prediction of 2028 or 2027 is when the next Rayman game will release. Because video games take a while to make, and I don't think Rayman is an exception. It's like, the video games take forever to make, and I think I would want Ubisoft to take their time with this one. What's your favorite game of all time? That is a hard question. Pinpointing it down, right? I like Epic Mickey, I like Rayman, but if I had to choose a favorite, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I love those games so much, and I'm surprised I haven't even considered making an animation for both galaxies. So maybe at some point in the future, we'll get one of those. Why are you called Quiet? Very good question. It was a Xbox generated username. It gave me Quiet and then this other half, right? And eventually over time, I dropped the other half just to be called Quiet. I like the name. I like the way it sounds. It's just one word, and it just sounds nice. And a bunch of my friends just call me Quiet, so it's nice. What's your favorite thing about working on the Mystic Adventures? The people. I will say this. Nothing is funnier than working with a group of friends who are on the same level of humor as you are. I'll get into a call, I'll have a script, and we'll just okay, how do we make this funny? One of my friends pitched an idea episode where there's a rat and they try to help it fall in love, right? They help the rat, and the rat, every time the rat will just have a cheese pun, and it is the funniest thing ever. And I love it so much. However, Mystic Adventures has been slowly, I'm being quiet about it, mainly because, just a lot of work and effort's gonna go into it, and, we haven't wrote a script in forever, so, things are happening. Favorite OST in the Rayman series, opinion about rabbits, Lums or Electoons, do you plan to show the animatics of the episodes? Favorite OST? That is very easy. Out of all the soundtracks in Rayman, nothing hits as hard as Rayman 3's credits. The credits of Rayman 3 is so good. I love it so much. Opinions about rabbits? Honestly, I think they work as their own. When rabbits are not associated with Rayman, usually they are on their own, and Ubisoft's is oh wait, these are characters we have to work with, and so they make them not as annoying as they are to Rayman. I feel like they work on their own. I feel like Ubisoft has finally got the hang of it. These are characters that should be treated with some respect, Lums or Electoons. Man, Lums can go kick rocks, bro. I remember searching around in Rayman 2 for hours looking for a Lum, and it'd be hidden behind somewhere. Electoons all the way. Do you plan to show the animatics of the episodes? Yes. Yes, I do. Here's one right now of the new upcoming Rayman Raving Rabbids But 2. Where is my foot? Okay, so this is my brother. Your foot is in the closet. Do you recognize the bodies in the water? Yes, I do. And if you don't want to be one of those bodies, you'll stay quiet about it. That, by the way, that's my friend. I'm not threatening anybody in particular. Question, how long do you think it would take you to do all Rayman games? How long do you think it would take you to make all the animations? I think years. I've gotten so much better, and honestly, I have like I have a standard now. I think you guys deserve animations of quality, and that being my quality. I think there is a extent to my animations that I want to, you know, kind of this standard, this graphic wise. I just want to make sure you guys get something of quality, and I think from now on you guys are going to get 2 animations per year, and that is because it is taking me so long now to do anything, and that's okay. I'd rather you guys have something that's really good than have something that's crappy and not as good. Do you think the Rayman board game will be fun? The Rayman board game better be good. I spent like $90 on it. Where is the Epic Mickey animation? Well, here's the thing, right? I prioritize weirdly. I'll be like, okay, I want to do Epic Mickey. No, I want to do Rayman. I want to do the Mystic Adventures, right? Like, I go back and forth, and I'm deciding what animations to do. And the thing is that I think I want to prioritize more Rayman than anything else. Epic Mickey is a game I feel like gets a lot of respect from me, and with that being said, it is taking forever to make because I am making a paint version and a thinner version. Where in the paint version, of course, you know, you're gonna get the paint video where Mickey does all the good things, and then the thinner one being all Mickey bad things. And also, I have complications with getting the soundtrack. If you don't know, the soundtrack is owned by Disney, so whenever I use an Epic Mickey soundtrack, I get copyright striked, and I would have to contact the guy who made the music and ask him if it's fine to use it. So, you know, I'm working that out. What's your favorite Rayman game, and the first one you played, and the worst? Okay. Rayman Origins is my favorite game. I'll say this. I like Rayman 2, but Origins knocks it out of the water, man. You will never have an experience like Origins. Origin feels so connected. The levels feel so fun. And it's so good. It's so good. The first one I played, Legends. I was at my dad's friend's house, and he let me play on his Xbox. He had a game called Rayman Legends. He was already on a level. And I was like, oh my god, I love this. Right? I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love this. And I went home, bought it for my Wii U, and I started playing it like crazy. The worst one, you guys are going to have to hear me out on this one. I really did not like Rayman 3. I think it was like too different for me. I don't think it was my thing. And that's okay. I didn't like it as much. But man, I'll just say this, man. I like the soundtracks. I like the voice acting. But I hate the scenery and areas in the game. I really do. I'm not a big fan of them. I think they feel very generic looking. The light, like in Rayman 2 and 1, you know, they had these very vibrant little colorful areas. Like even Rayman 2 like had kind of distinct areas. Rayman 3 just kind of feels like a really generic game to me, but that's okay. That doesn't mean it's like the worst game of all time. It's still pretty good to me, but I don't think it's the best in the series. Who's your favorite Spanish YouTuber? That's easy. My buddy Rudy. He speaks a bit of Spanish. He comes from a Spanish background. And, you know, he's also my best friend, so, you know, that's an easy one. Where's the Pikman butt animation? Here's what happened. Originally, it was going to be Gmod animated, right? Like a machinima, I think that's what they're called. And, eventually, I kind of lost interest in the idea of, like, doing a Gmod one, where I was like, well, I would rather animate it than have it be, you know, just this lazy put-together Gmod thing compared to my standard of my animation, you know? So eventually, I gave up, right? I gave up, and I quickly, like, I handed the project, actually, to a group of friends I know. I'm not gonna say their names, but they, I trust them, and, what happened was, I do believe they kind of hit some roadblocks. I'm not sure, maybe they didn't think it was as good. But I saw the recording, they were laughing and having fun. But if I had to imagine, they probably just didn't like the idea too much, and so I was told that, you know, they're not even done with it, and I was like, don't worry about it. So we're going back to animation for it, and, you know, I respect a lot of my friends who tried to help. Very respectful. Thank you so much for trying, you know. It doesn't matter if it, you know, it came out. What matters is that you at least thought about doing it and, you know, doing it for me and my channel. So the Pikmin butt will be coming just sometime soon. I don't know when, just soon. I remember seeing another one saying, like, why are you using Flip-A-Clip? Are you a young animator? No, I just turned 19, and I use Flip-A-Clip because It's like the standard, right? It's like the beginner's app. I feel like it's a beginner app, and I want to at least have 10 years of experience. 10 years, right? So when I turn, I'm trying to think here, 24 or 25 is when I'll stop using Flip-A-Clip. At least 10 years of animation experience, and I'll move on to another app. And so we've reached the end of the Q&A stuff. So now, let's get on to the big announcements. Announcement number 1. I am in the works of creating a video game studio called Innovation. Innovation is a sort of gaming studio that we will be using other game engines to make like tiny little micro games. So these games will be like just these little fun things you can play in your free time. The first one is a work in progress game called Task Manager. It's a Fortnite map exclusive game. Fortnite's free to play, so you don't have to pay anything. It's a free to play game where you have to focus on 4 things all at once under a certain time limit. And you just have to keep on going, and if you fail, you have to restart. There are 2 modes. There are standard mode, which you have to keep track of all 4 contraptions until a certain time limit and you win, or endless mode to see how long you can go on for until you slip up and mess up. Now for the second one, the animation. I've been keeping this one in the dark for a very long time, and that's because I want to get it right. There is no animation, but there is stuff in the works for it, so I just want to play a clip from the game that I will be doing. Here it is.
Alright, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
So if you don't know where that clip is from, it's from Bending the Ink Machine, a game that I love. I stayed home from school sick once so I could play Chapter 5 of the original game. That's how much I love Bending the Ink Machine. So, with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys eventually when Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 Butt releases, and I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.